Let me know once my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's
Are you able to
visible.
see me? Yeah. Okay. So can you see my PPT?
Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah. Let's get started. Yeah. So today is our demo session for Power Apps and Power Automate. So let's look at what are these technologies. So we actually say Power Platform. So it means set of technologies in simple words. Say it's suite of technologies. Okay. So in Power Platform, we have actually Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, and earlier we have Power Apps portals. Now it is rebranded as Power Pages. So that is fifth product, fifth separate product. So earlier it was part of Power Apps only. There are keywords to understand these technologies. Power Apps means act on data. Act is the keyword. Power Automate, automate is the keyword. Automate what you are doing. Power BI, analyze is the keyword. Power Virtual Agents, assist is the keyword. And Power Pages, as I said, it was part of Power Apps only. So act on data. Okay. Yeah. We can develop applications using Power Apps. Like let's say IRCTC application. IRCTC is actually website. So Power Apps portals or Power Pages can be used to develop that. Or we can say mobile applications, enterprise applications, something like that. So employee onboarding application. When you join one new organization, so we have some steps. Okay, input your data, name, gender, age, then attach your 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, engineering mark sheet, then do background verification, then confirm your joining date, first date, something like that. Employee onboarding. Those kinds of applications we can develop using Power Apps. Application development, act. Act, automate, analyze, assist. This also act. Power Pages. Then, so let's say automation. One example. You retrieve some money from ATM, let's say 500 rupees. Immediately you get one text SMS on your mobile. That is automation. Retrieving is the trigger here. So something like you place one order on Flipkart, you get email with stating order number. That is automation. Yes, go ahead.
By mistake unmuted. You can carry on.
Yeah. Any doubts, please ask me. Okay. Clear? What is Power Apps, Power Automate? Power BI, we can develop some visuals, analyze data. So let's suppose you have your company. Let's take Microsoft only as company. We have different products, Power Apps, Power Automate, Azure, Dynamics, everything. Over the years, how many people adopted these technologies? Okay, that is analysis. Using this analysis, we can determine in future what will be demand. Analyze the data basically. Sales. So basically, you are selling your product or anything. Get like historical data, analyze it. Okay, this will be my projected sales for next 2 years, projected revenue for next 2 years, 3 years. That is analysis. Analyze is the keyword. Power BI is the technology. Next, Power Virtual Agent, assist. Simple example is chatbot. You face some issue. Let's say you are using one Geo phone, Airtel, any provider. Your issue is you are not getting range. So basically you go to my Geo app and then click on WhatsApp. Then you will get some predefined messages. Press 1 to connect, to know about your account. Press 2 to know about how many days are left in your recharge. Press 3, connect with live agent. Press 4, go back to previous menu. Something like that. That is Power Virtual Agent, chatbot. So it is assisting actually. Before connecting to live agent, some of workload is like Power Virtual Agents is taking. If that is not getting resolved, then only live agent comes into picture. Live agent means human. Okay. So we connect with that person and tell our issue. Power Pages, part of Power Apps. Earlier, now it is rebranded like last year. External websites, IRCTC, one example. So you can develop some websites like Flipkart or anything that connects with end users and all that stuff. Clear meaning of five technologies. And after that, we have data connectors. We have various data sources. One example is SharePoint list, Excel, SQL Server. To connect to that data, we need data connector. AI builder, you want to recognize text, you have your invoices, scan those invoices or like get the required info, retrieve total amount, then what we say date, when did you place it, then invoice number, those things you can retrieve. AI builder. Dataverse, so Dataverse is part of Power Platform. It is native data source to these technologies. Native. The difference between native is, let's say you have Excel, SharePoint list, SQL Server. Those are not part of Power Platform. Those are associated with Power Platform. This is part of Power Platform. That's the difference. So when you have Dataverse as your data source, obviously you get faster speed to connect to data, retrieve data, basically perform CRUD operations, create, read, update, delete. Next, Power FX. So Power Apps, in that we have technology like Canvas model driven. So Power FX is the language using we can write our formula. Okay. So earlier just formula language was called, then it got renamed or rebranded as Power FX and separate entries there. As of today, Power FX is available in Power Apps and Power Virtual Agents, two technologies. Microsoft's plan is include Power FX in all products. Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, Power Pages, all of them. So you learn this thing, no need to learn something extra. So currently Power BI we use DAX, separate thing. Power Virtual Agents, that we have there its own that to display tables and own language, own syntax, something like that. Power Pages we use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Power Apps currently Power FX. Power Automate, earlier this was Azure Logic App. So that syntax was there. Currently it's still there. In future, Power FX will be included in all the products. Clear guys? Each and every term. Please ask questions. Okay. Then comes our managed environments. Managed environments is a new feature actually. We can automate some deployments. First of all, we have to enable managed environment for one environment, and we can automate deployment, something like push my code at from one environment, let's say my development to production, directly push this app, push this automation, two things, something like that. That is managed environment. Guys, ask, you can ask always questions, okay, if something is not clear. And key part: act, automate, analyze, assist, this also act. So you can explain when interviewer asks you what is Power Platform. Next thing. So intent of this technology now. There is one keyword: citizen developer. So actually there are two types of developers. One is citizen, one is professional developer. Professional developer is a person who is coming from IT engineering background or IT background, computer background. That is a professional developer. It means that person knows some programming languages, C, C++, some object oriented concept, HTML, CSS, all that he knows already because he's coming from engineering background, IT engineering specifically, IT computer engineering. Then there is a term called citizen developer who is not coming from IT engineering background. Someone like civil engineer, mechanical engineer, okay, or someone like CA. CA does not know anything about this, correct? That is citizen developer. These all technologies are focused on this concept, citizen developer. Anybody can make the app, okay. In your big organization, in India we have big companies and everything. Not every guys are like coming from IT background. Some of them, most of them basically, some are not from IT background. They should be able to make the app. That's our intent with Power Apps and all this Power Platform. Clear? So professional developer knows programming languages. He knows how to code. He knows those printf statement in C language, C out scene in C++, in Java, let's say system.out.println, in C sharp something else, okay, in JavaScript console.log, something like that he already knows because he's a professional developer. Citizen developer does not know all this. So citizen developer, we can say he can use low code, no code approach. Pro code used by professional, low code, no code for citizen developers. Okay. So low code means, no code means drag and drop. First of all, drag some component, drop it. Low code, write minimum code as compared to professional developer. Not that very big uh, files. Minimum code, that is low code. Pro code I explained. Clear about this? What are our technologies? What is Power Apps? Because we are interested in Power Apps at this point. And what is citizen developer?
Yes, Suresh. Actually, one doubt. So here
Mhm.
in Power Apps, do we have all these options? Like we have option to do the development without code and with the code also. So all options we have here, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if it is pro code, it means are we coding in the same Power Apps only, or are we coding somewhere else, like in Visual Studio or somewhere else, and we are linking here? How it is?
If you want to go for pro code, let's say you want to create one component, calendar component, something like that,
Mhm, okay.
okay, you can
Mhm.
go for Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, download some packages, do that coding, okay.
Okay,
But
directly here we don't have option like Visual Studio, and then we are linking that here in Power Apps,
exactly,
right?
yeah, you need to
Okay.
package that, whatever you code you need to test it, then you
Mm-hmm.
can package and then you can import that into Power Apps and use it. That you can
Okay,
do,
okay,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
But Microsoft wants everybody to be a developer. That's its goal. So we are coming from, let's say, citizen developer background. No need to go this way, pro code approach. You need to know a lot of things. object oriented programming, C, C++, many languages, not required for that actually. So okay, let's cover this slide first, then we'll go back again. Power FX I talked about. So what is that? Already Excel. So if we say Word, PowerPoint, Excel, these three products people are using from 20 plus years. Even non-IT guy also knows this. Correct. Excel, Word, PowerPoint. So already millions of people are using it. They know it. Let's make language based on it so that they don't need to learn something extra. So let's take one example. Excel example. Very simple. So let's say I write here Power Apps. Power and then apps. Are you able to see Excel? Right? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
yes, I can.
Yeah. Yeah. So here I simply said Power Apps and I want to write some formula, Excel formula, concatenate. Okay. So I will write that formula. Copy A1 I selected, comma A2. I can write Power Apps. One simple formula I used concatenate. Or let's say I want to use this space ampersand and then ampersand again E1. See, I included space also using ampersand. Basically, ampersand we can use it to connect two strings. So concatenate function we saw. Now let's say I want to see one more function. Simple function 1, 2, 3, 4 equal to if. Very simple thing. If my A3 is greater than let's say 2, print true or print false. Very simple thing. False. Okay. I drag and drop 3 and 4 are greater than 2. Very simple formula we saw. If concatenate power fx is based on this. Lot of formula from power fx closely resemble these Excel formulas. Very closely. Okay, so you don't need to learn that C, C++. That's the intent. Excel part clear? Like where it is getting. So instead of developing something new, make use of existing one only. Okay, let's see this slide then. Yeah. So we saw in this slide, previous slide, actually which technologies are present in Power Platform. All these five ones. And current structure of Power Platform or current association. So actually, if you see here, every developer, see, every, that's the word. Because we talked about citizen developers. These things. Pro developer, use this. Logic apps, Azure services, you need to know those programming languages, use Visual Studio Code, everything like that. Those are pro developers thing. SQL, you need to learn SQL. Select star from table name. You may have heard of this syntax. So that is coding, pure coding. Okay, that is our current structure. Clear this? So basically, Power Apps is associated with all this. Power Platform is associated with all these things. So Power FX we saw. Let's create our app now. Okay. Are you able to see browser?
Yes, Suresh.
Yeah. So our starting point with Power Apps, make.powerapps.com. This is the website you need to go enter. Let's go to apps. Let's create one very simple app. New app, Canvas. In Power Apps, we have basically, as I said, three technologies. Canvas model driven. This website corresponds to the Power Pages. Okay. So let's focus on these two. Canvas UI is focused. You can apply some colors, position this X, Y, height, width you can control. Model driven data is the factor here. It does not consider its UI as a main factor. Canvas considers UI. So in Canvas thing, so our focus will be on Canvas app in this training, overall training. Okay. So tablet form factor, iPad, Samsung tabs, something like that, or desktop. If you are using any laptop, desktop, anything that is tablet form factor. Phone form factor, our mobile phones. Let's go with tablet for now. Let's give it some name. Test. Let's say Mars 25. Create. Okay. So you see this UI. So you should click on save button first of all to save that app. Uh, can you guys tell me like generally using which background you are? Are you IT professionals or non-IT professionals or mix? Just want to understand.
Non-IT also there.
Okay, so no problem. Even Power Apps takes care of this. So I wanted to cover one resemblance to one technology, HTML. You have heard of this technology. So using HTML, we can write our content. CSS, we can design this. JavaScript, we can write logic, something like that. So let's not go into many details. Let's say HTML has some tags, body, H1. So I write my first heading. I'm writing code. That's I want to show you. H1 style equal to, let's say, color red. Very simple thing. My color is red now. Let's say background. I want to say green. Okay. I want to, let's say, make here E as, okay, style, font size, let's say 50 pixels. Okay. My intention to show you this technology, I wrote code that I want to show you. Wrote something, color red, background green, font size, something like that. Let's achieve same thing in Power Apps without writing much code. So low code, no code, and there is one keyword drag and drop. Let's drag and drop. Insert text label. Okay. First step we cleared. Let's make this big. Font size. Directly you see some property. Make it 25. Let's write welcome. Okay. Next I want to set colors. Color as I said red and my background as, let's say, green. So if you see here, insert button I used, text label, then in text label I selected font size, scroll down and color, text color, background color. These things I said. Did I write any code? to achieve this? No. Okay. As compared to this, I did not write any code. That is drag and drop or no code. Here also using this plus button, I can drag drop. That is drag and drop. No code. I did not use any code at all. Clear about what is Power Apps? Guys, you can ask me questions. Okay. Let's make,
Sorry, Suresh.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I didn't understand Canvas app. We don't have any code. For model-driven app, we have a code, right? That's what
No, no, no,
you're
no, no.
yeah.
Canvas app deals with UI.
Okay.
Okay. Canvas app also low code, no code. Model driven app also low code, no code. But in model driven app, you may need to write C sharp plugins or JavaScript web resources. You need to do some coding there. And intent. This deals with UI. See, I'm moving my components. I'm setting some colors, font size. It means UI, user interface. How will that look like? That's my intention here in Canvas app. Model driven app that doesn't consider UI. It just deals with data. So data is the focus there. That's the key
What about
difference.
UI for model-driven
UI,
app?
yeah, they have predefined UI.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You just need to some drag and drop thing you need to do again. But you cannot set this font size, colors. You see X, Y, width, height, padding, border. Lot of user interface things are present here. Those are not present there. That's the key difference. And in our entire training, we'll focus on this technology, Canvas app. Canvas app in its own very big technology. Model driven in its own very big technology. Okay. Those both come under Power Apps. Clear?
So when we are developing a new Power App, normally
Mhm.
customers will prefer which one? Canvas app or model-driven app?
It depends on the requirements. Actually, we so in any organization we have architect position, correct? Or Power Apps lead. Based on the requirements and based on the capacity of spending that customer, two things are important. We can decide which one to go with. Because see, Canvas app can connect with Excel, SharePoint list. You don't need to pay anything extra. Model driven apps, it is built on data. Data is the factor there. So it can connect with Dataverse only. For Dataverse, you need to spend money, extra money apart from this license. Two factors. And another factors, so what is future scope of your project? How many records you deal with? How many users? How many forms? Which functionality you want? Let's say filter, search, sort, export to Excel. Do you want this out of box? Do you want not out of box? What is your focus first? Is your focus UI or is your focus data? Because if you go with data, you cannot beautify your apps. Only predefined UI you have to go with. Few questions are there and few requirements are there from client side plus spending capacity. 3 4 factors you need to consider, then you can derive a solution. We can go with this. Client gives you approval. Okay, I want to spend money. Okay, I don't want to spend money. Accordingly you can develop. Clear?
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
clear. But I have one more query.
Hmm.
So normally, if you take any application, we used to submit or something, click on OK or something, we have to do it. Why? Because we are
Correct.
filling a form or something.
Hmm.
So there is a CRUD operation is happening when you click on the
Correct.
button. Definitely.
Hmm.
So if you are doing the Canvas app, so something data manipulation you are doing in the Canvas app. So for
Correct.
that also, so for those functionalities can be fulfilled through Canvas app.
Yep.
But to Dataverse or something you are telling about the model driven app, right? Data
Correct.
manipulations.
Correct. See, it's not like Canvas app cannot perform those operations.
Hmm.
Just intent is different. Canvas app you can connect with Dataverse also. Canvas app you can connect with Excel, SharePoint, list, SQL Server. Model driven you cannot connect with all these things. Only Dataverse is supported. It is built on that. That is also one factor. Your existing system also is there one factor while deciding which technology. Plus money. Because you
Okay.
see, you go with Canvas app plus SharePoint list. SharePoint is a standard connector. You don't need to pay money. Dataverse is a premium connector. If you want to go, let's say Power Apps per user plan, $20 per month for one user. That money you need to spend. Or many factors are there. Okay. And let's say you talked about some functionality. Let's do the functionality, very simple one. So I want to display one notification, let's say. Crude operations also we will see, but for now we will see very simple calculator app. Okay. Notify hello. I want to send some notification. We can do that. When you place one order on Zomato, you will see notification. Your order is placed. It will be delivered in 30 minutes. Correct. Same scenario. When you, whatever your app is developing, if you write that logic to show notification, to send data to data source, to get back data from data source, to update data, we can write that code in our button.
Hi, I need a small clarification over the
Mhm.
Dataverse.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yes, so actually, uh, if you have a trial environment, the database will be accessible only after paying the licensing $20, right? Or I can use
Correct.
any features with like Power Apps, or only after paying we'll be getting all the features of database.
Are you asking from training perspective or project perspective?
Training perspective, for
Yeah.
only for if suppose I pay the $20, I will be
Mhm.
like able to do all the features on the Power Apps, right? Database.
Correct. Correct.
So
But there is one
validation.
more,
Okay.
yeah, there is one more point. You can get free trial also for 30 days without paying any money.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So let's say we start our classes. You want to do some practice. You can create one email ID and we can create one trial account. You can do free, what say, free development for 30 days. After 30 days, if you want to continue, you can make new one or pay $20. Two options.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Another question.
Mhm.
How to validate the data further? Is there any like
Validate what? Did not
for
get.
example, if I'm having like some data source, for example, if I'm having a SharePoint as my data source, I've
Mhm.
entered some groups like these are the required mandatory fields. It will
Mhm.
automatically get reflected when I connect through the Power Apps by using connectors.
In the form, let's say we have one actually insert edit form.
Okay.
Okay. In edit form, there is one field as required. So if you
Okay.
set some field in SharePoint list, you create one column, then you say required, not required, compulsory. That
Okay.
When you connect that data source, actually you see this data icon here, add data. You can,
O-
actually I don't have SharePoint list at the moment, but when you have
Okay.
it, let me write full. You see SharePoint connector.
Yes,
In
yes, yes, yes.
SharePoint connector, you can write your what we say, that site address, and then
Okay.
list, connect to that list. Whatever fields you have, those changes will get reflect.
Automatically gets reflected. So the mandatory fields will be showing the mandatory sign here, right, in Power Apps.
Correct. Mandatory.
Okay.
And let's say some fields are not mandatory in SharePoint list, but you want to
Okay.
make them mandatory in Power Apps. That also we can do.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead, guys. Any questions?
So as a Power App developer, we need to know the both the right Canvas app and model driven app, right? So but you are telling you are covering only Canvas app during this duration.
It's not like you should know both. Okay.
Okay.
There are different job openings
Mm-hmm.
for this technology and that technology. Standalone
Okay.
job openings. Okay. When we have you guys heard term dynamic CRM?
Yes.
Dynamics, yeah. That is, those apps are model driven apps.
Okay.
Separate openings totally. This one,
Mm.
separate openings. Both have full demand
Okay.
because both have different applications, different intent, as I said, different functionalities, different spending limit. If you, let's say, you cover this course, you will see openings only on this. You can go to LinkedIn and job sections, apply for this directly. Those job interview calls you will get. Those are a lot many. And Dynamics also a lot many. But in its own, Canvas is like an ocean. Model driven is like an ocean. Lot of things are there because organizations are adapting to it. Compared to .NET technology, you have heard of this term, .NET website. Development time is very large in that. You need to do coding. You need to hire coding professionals only. That's our first challenge. Correct. Here, development time is less. You added some buttons, wrote some code, share with your users, deploy. That's it. As compared to total time, here is less time because in Visual Studio Code, everything here I just click on these SharePoint, just get started. There you need to write that connection string, pass some that credentials and everything. Lot many things are there. Time is large. Here time is less. That's the reason Power Apps. And two different technologies, two different requirements from clients. That is also important. This one caters to some requirements, that one caters to some requirements. Both are in full demand. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so let's add two numbers. Very
Hi,
simple thing.
Suresh.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, one doubt. Actually, I'm from IT background and I'm
Mhm.
using Microsoft Dynamics 365. Okay,
Correct.
so I want to use Power Apps and get the data from D65 to here. So I have to
Mhm.
use Dataverse, right? Or
Correct.
like I can't use this Canvas thing. I have to use Model Raven, right?
See, Dynamics 365 apps are model driven apps. You
Hmm.
want to
Okay.
access data, they are model driven apps, you can do because Dataverse is
Hmm.
only supported. Let's say you want to
Hmm.
create Canvas app, there also click here, data section, add data. You see all Dataverse tables. You can connect to any
Hmm.
data.
Okay.
That also you can do. But that depends on client requirement. If they want to go with Canvas or not, because here UI is the focus. If you can relate in model driven apps, you see those different forms, quick view, main form, correct cards and everything. You don't see any of these options: width, x, y, height, padding, color, border, radius, nothing, font,
Mhm.
nothing is there.
Okay.
That's the difference. But and also dynamics licenses, those are also huge cost. But
Correct.
if
Yeah.
you are paying money, you are also getting some features like export to excel. Did you write any code to get that export to excel? Directly you see that button, click on that export to excel, that's it. Here in canvas app you can export to excel, you need to
Okay.
write that functionality. That's the thing.
Okay. It means using both type, I can get the data from Dynamics 360, either Canvas or model driven. Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Add data verse tables, search your table, get it connected. And I
Okay.
think
Got it.
contact, account, some of these tables are present in crm actually, correct? Opportunity, lead and everything. If you find
Yes.
that
Yes.
table,
Yeah.
correct, you can get started. Any questions? Okay, so let's add. Okay, let's add. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll cover the Power Portals in this course.
No, only Canvas Power Apps.
Only Canvas.
Yep.
Okay,
Power
can I get the
Pages.
content? Like,
Yep. I have already content. Which topics we
yeah.
will cover and everything.
Uh,
Yeah. In this course, we will also see some topics from Power Automate also, but very few. Okay, which are related to, let's say, Canvas apps. And if you want
okay,
standalone course on
got
Power
it.
Automate, if you want
Yeah,
standalone,
Power
yeah,
Automate also. Yeah, I'm looking for the Power Automate also. Like, we'll cover deeply or like we'll touch like uh, how it is in
can
this.
yeah, Canvas Power Apps our main focus. So we will cover many concepts from here, very few concepts from Power Automate. But if you go for Power Automate separate course, then we will cover deep many topics from Power Automate as a standalone technology. That also we can do. Choice is yours, guys. Clear? Okay, let's add text input. Very simple thing. Format, simple. Set some properties. Numbers. Again, one text input. Numbers. I can select. Okay, this one. Make it font size 25. This one 25. Add one label. Right. Text input one dot text. This is, if you see, text data type. We want to add numbers. So value. So value is a function using which we can convert text to number. See, data type is number now. Plus value text input two dot text. Currently it's 0. Let's play the app. 5, 4. Very simple operation. We did addition. Okay, let's make it 25. This one. This addition, and here I can write my double quotes. Show what is this. Ampersand thing we saw in Excel to concatenate two strings, right? Same thing here, addition. We also saw if function. Let's see here if function again in Power Apps. 25. So let's say this if value text input 1 text greater than 2, that was our code in Excel, write true, simple, write false. Currently it's true. I will click on this play button using F5 key, also I can do it. 1 false, 2 false, 3 true. Closely resembles Excel because millions of people are using it. And intent is everyone is a developer. Clear, guys? Guys, please ask any doubts if you have, or I should go ahead. Okay, so I can save, I can publish. Save means changes are saved. Publish means changes are visible to end users. Two, two different things. I just saved it, those are not visible. Publish it. Now I can use it. So let's say how to use it. I will get one URL of this app. So here, go here, make.powerapps.com. Click on apps. Yep, go ahead. Test March in app section. This is my app details. Three dots details. You see web link, directly click. Okay, I am getting some error. Value text input. Let's fix the error. Default. Let's remove it. Default. Let's remove it. It was actually default value. Play it. Execute it. All right. Publish it again. Publish. Let's go here. I can refresh it to get the latest changes. I can see message refresh to use the latest version. Refresh again. My error is gone. Now I can 4 is greater than 2. That's true. Addition 4 plus 5 9. This URL you can share with your end users to access. Okay. So in when you join one organization, directly you can give this URL, people can, so there is no need to download that. This is directly web based. And if you don't want this purple header, ampersand hide navbar equals true. Okay. Yes, that way you can actually directly you can share this only, no need of that purple and everything. You can access this on mobile also. Go to Google Play Store, download Power Apps Android app. In Power Apps, log in with your credentials. If you have access to this app, you can use it. In near future, so currently, how we download WhatsApp? We go to Google Play Store, directly click on WhatsApp, download, install. Power Apps, we need to download Power Apps first. Then in Power Apps mobile app, I need to search for, I can see list of all Power Apps. So currently if I have 2, 3 and I have access to all these 3, I can see these 3, then click on one to get to that app. That is current process. But WhatsApp, you don't see like that. Click on WhatsApp and then inside WhatsApp you see a lot of apps, then click on one app to get WhatsApp. No. Go to Google Play Store, directly download WhatsApp. This native app, so we call it native app, native Android app, native iOS app. This feature will be added to Power Apps in near future. Let's say 4 months, 6 months. That is called WRAP, WRAP. So that widespread adoption of Power Apps is there. Currently, organizations are using it. So you want mobile access, you want your app to behave like native Android app, native iOS app, that will be also added. Lot many features are lined up like this. Clear? Guys, you can ask questions. And okay, throughout demo, throughout training, what we will cover? First of all, we'll focus on this Canvas app. So as I said, important topics from Canvas app plus few topics of Power Automate. Or if you want separate Power Automate, then also we can take. Next thing, in Canvas app, we will cover development connecting to data sources like Dataverse or SharePoint list based on availability, and deployment scenario. So it will be like when you complete this course, you will know what are the key concepts. You can face an interview, get selected an interview, plus when you join that project, it will be familiar to you guys. Like you won't face much trouble in your project. It's not only about cracking the interview. Interview questions also I will cover, and why if you need some real world scenarios like how this will be used, that also examples we will cover. Clear guys? What is Power Apps? What is Power Platform? What are job openings specific to this technology? Guys, please say something, ask any doubts. No doubts?
No doubt, Suresh.
Okay. Yep. Then I will share course contents with you guys. Like Visualpath team will connect with you. All right. And we can wrap up. Yep.
Thank you, Suresh.
Thank you.